Hey hi ho, Zoiney here, and before we dive knee deep into the cleavage of facts that I've got for you, I want to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by
Hestia's boobs.
But on to the main subject, Danmachi, an anime which gave the phrase family values an entirely new meaning. After Hestia blew up all around the world space made up of anime fans, director Yoshiki Yamakawa actually mentioned in an interview specifically selecting Shigeki Kimoto because he believed Kimoto could properly enunciate the character's more curved features from the light novel designs. This was actually Kimoto's first time as a character designer, and he was only given the opportunity due to director Yamakawa being impressed by Kimoto's attention to detail in his animation cuts. Let's just say he definitely enunciated those features. Hestia becoming a widespread sensation can be attributed to her clothing choice. Big shocker there. Specifically, a single string that defied gravity to emphasize the most important feature. The infamous blue ribbon took over the anime side of the internet after Danmachi's spring debut. The author, Fujino Omori, shocked by the reception, said him and the main illustrator of the novels, Suzuhiro Yasuda, found inspiration in the smallest of places. Hestia's core design lacked anything that really made her stand out. While discussing this with Yasuda, Kimoto got the sudden idea while playing with the lanyard attached to his apartment key. It just goes to show that even the simplest ideas can produce massive results. And those massive results can manifest wild success. The anime adaptation turned the entire series into a huge hit. The effect of the boob ribbon reached light novel sales, and all the Danmachi volumes came back to rank in Oricon and managed 200,000 more copies sold in just 2 weeks of its airing. This continued, and Danmachi has easily printed 4 million copies. Thanks, Boobstring. Turns out you can carry an entire series alongside those. Back to the author, Fujino Omori said despite using others' generalized concepts to create Danmachi's world and story, it's loosely inspired by Dungeons & Dragons games that he played with friends before becoming a writer. I wonder if his own D&D character had massive anime tits as well. I mean, roleplay's judgment-free after all. Danmachi was originally a web novel, but after its positive reception, Omori submitted it to publishers at Banco and renamed it to Familia Myth because of the original title's ridiculous length. Despite this attempt, Danmachi still ended up with its ridiculously long name due to the editor deciding that the original was better for explaining the premise at a glance. Not sure how picking up girls in a dungeon is best at glance, but sure, Mr. Editor Man, whatever you say. Episode 9 of the series adapts the fourth light novel. All of it. No, seriously, episode 9 adapts the entirety of a single novel volume. With any adaptation comes criticisms, but honestly, this one is a compliment that they somehow managed to fit so much material into one episode just to end the series right where they wanted it to. And ending the series on Hestia's lap was definitely worth it. The surprising excellent animation in Danmachi episode 8 with the Minotaur was due to JC Staff's top talent coming out. Shinya Hasegawa, Hiroshi Tomioka, and Iwakura delivered the show's best animation with great effects works and lots of weighty back and forths. It's not often that these three stray from specific directors, but they did for my goddess. And they're good guys. Thanks. Bell's magic is named Firebolt because fire is a reference to Hestia being associated with hearths, and Bolt is a reference to Hestia previously being a part of Zeus's familia. Back to episode 9, there's a point where Bell is anticipating what kind of title he'll receive after reaching level 2 in just a month. He mentions several made-up titles, though the most interesting one in particular was Burning Fighter Fighter. This is also the delusion/imaginary alter ego of Kato Eita from the anime Ore no Kanojo to Osonanajimi ga Shuraba Sugiru, or more commonly known as Orashura. Omori became friends with the author of Orashura, Yuji Yuji, after being a fan of his work for years before starting his own writing career. So there's many references to his work within Danmachi. And what a better way to end this than with why Danmachi was even selected for an adaptation. Banco label decided to celebrate their 10th anniversary with adaptations of many of their properties, but most prominently, Danmachi. Danmachi just happened along during the perfect time frame and with enough popularity to get a quick anime adaptation. And they knew exactly what they were doing. No other character besides Hestia could give an anniversary anime so much personality. And that's all for today. Make sure you click those links in the description to check out our sponsor.
Reason I'm no longer able to masturbate to 3D woman.
And just like Danmachi, you too can turn your life into a 2D RPG. Thanks for watching.